Welcome to the Roseland Podcast. I'm your host, Roseland Perkins. And how's everyone doing? I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm just doing a few things before we start. But we can, as we always do, we can talk, have a conversation. Um, just the usual things we do. We got a great show today, actually. So, yeah, definitely stay tuned. Uh, yeah, definitely we got a great show today. Give me a second, everyone. Sorry, Ronnie, I'm back. But yeah, we got a great show today too. Oh shit. I hope today's not hot for you like it's hot for me today. I personally don't want to do anything, but I have to do a lot today. You know, turn see. Culture. Mm, Give me a second, everyone. All right, everyone. I'm ready. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins, and today we have a great show. Um, I'm just tagging on a lot of stuff. Sorry for the late start. I just had a few things to do. I hope everybody's weekend went good. My weekend was alright. Um, I just put my son to sleep. Um, yeah, it's time for him to take a nap, or he's gonna be up all night. Um, we got black media, white supremacy, and we got a great show. Like I was saying before, um, I can't wait to start the show. The show is gonna be on our Africans and Caribbeans trying to erase black culture. Reason why that's so important is because we have been seeing our stuff been hijacked. Knowing that there can't be no type of like solidarity right now. And I have to say it can't be no solidarity right now. It's there's too much stuff that's going on with these Africans, and Caribbeans. Every time we build something, it's like the African spirits helped us, and just a whole bunch of bullshit, man. We don't want to hear that, and I'm gonna be personally honest. I personally don't want to hear that about no African nothing. You know, Africa didn't help us get out of slavery. Africa didn't help us get out of redlining. Africa didn't help us get out of personally anything. You know, so like that's where my issue with people trying to ambush and hijack our culture. It's a problem. It's becoming a big problem now. I'm gonna even be personally honest. I don't think these Africans are no better than the white supremacy right now. And I have to say that even Pan Africans, you know, they're trying to be gatekeepers and they can't even fucking build a gate. So this is where we have problems are at with these people who's trying to people who are trying to cosplay as our kinfolks. Most of these people are not our kinfolks. Most of these people are not even our friends. Let's personally be honest. As many times we try to befriend them and try to do the kumbaya shit, it just doesn't work, man. I'm just being personally honest. I don't think it works. I don't think it will never work. The only thing they can do is fix their country. I think this is... Because you got to look at it. And this is just me. What you think they're over here for? They're not over here to be our friend. Some might want to be our friend. Some might not want to leave. I understand that, but I'm going to say this. This situation with these Africans colonizing our culture, it has to stop. The big players who are doing this, we have to, honestly, these people who have money nowadays, now it's time for them to take our culture back. I'm gonna be personally honest. Like the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, even the Bootsy's. If Bootsy's making $10 million a year, he can probably buy Essence. I'm just being personally honest. I think Bootsy can buy Essence, or he could put money together with somebody from Louisiana and have it. This is the time where, it's time to buy things, to invest in our companies, And like I said, don't get me wrong, we do have some good people out of that group, but it's not a lot, you know. And we love our people, but sometimes we have to delineate. We gotta move away. It's like you living in the hood for like probably 20 years. You come up on some money and stuff. You want to move out the community because you have money. That stuff is that the way. Hold on. Um. Yeah, it just comes to a point where it's just we have to fight back. Like every time, I always say, always. I've been observing. I've been observing for years. I have been saying stuff, but I've been watching mostly. I haven't been really talking about it until right now. Like I think we really actually started talking about this like 3, 4 months ago. This is why we have to hit these topics and these questions about foundational Black Americans, Pan Africans. Let me tell you something, and this is just me. If a person don't want to accept your culture, where let me give you an example. We're coming to a point where people just doesn't accept our culture. They want to use our culture. They want to dress as our culture. They want to even, yo, what's that fan sound? Oh, that's my air conditioner. Yeah, that's my AC. Yeah, that's my AC, man. It's like almost 90 degrees outside, my man. I got the air conditioner on. I hear, I hear the fan. What's that fan sound? I hear you, your lives. Yeah, that's my air conditioner. I got a portable air conditioner that goes from outside to inside. Um, but yeah, it used to be over here, but now I got it over here near the book set. That's why if you notice, this area is like kind of pushed back a little bit. You know, it's just for the summer. Then after that, I'm gonna have help lift up my table and put it on a rug. Then I can be able to slide the rug. Um, I do want to say this though. And I was thinking a lot about this last night. Um, Black Americans are the most disrespected people in this modern era. We are the most disrespected in this modern era. People don't respect Black Americans. Only time people respect Black Americans is when they need help. You know, I'm gonna be personally honest. And we never really had a common ally. We never had no real coalition with anybody. It's just everything was a money move with certain people. I have to be personally honest about that. And what can we say? I can say like, yo, you know what? We should be tired of doing all this other the madness with these people. This is why a lot of people are delineating. You can't get mad at people for that. Black Americans don't want to be around these people no more if they're not helping. You can't get mad at you can't get mad at Black Americans for that. And this is just me. Uh, nah, I disagree. It's Hispanic immigrants. Just look at the media, including social. That's I'm talking about as a collective. Yeah, there is some Hispanic immigrants that has defended us, yes, but collectively, no. I mean collectively, you know. Yeah, we did have certain coalitions with certain people, like even with gangs. Black Americans had certain coalitions with certain gangs, but it wasn't 100%. So it's not a. I wouldn't say this. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing nor a good thing. It's just an understanding where, like, so am I too. Let's see. The jig is up, and now the tethers are mad about it. Yeah, they are, man. You know, that's why I said we'll save some of y'all, but we ain't saving all, man. SP, like, yeah, SP. We know you fuck with us heavy, but we'll save you, but most of those other people we're not gonna save. You know, we're not gonna save the people's Iblelas who was talking shit, talk about stay away from those Negroes. You know, I'm talking about us as a community. Um, Most communities are divided, man. I gotta be honest about it. Most communities are divided. You know, and it's like this. Your community might be together and united, but you gotta look out your community. You gotta understand this. If you go to another community, SP, will it be the same thing as your community? Most of those people are not gonna be on code. And like I always tell people, I get it. I get this is like, and sometimes SP, you got to look at it like this. The reason why certain people do these type of actions is because they're survival tactics. Not yours, said a single bad. Not yours, but you know, there's a lot, man. There's a lot. Excuse me. I have dated Spanish girls where their family was like, "Nah, we can't fuck with this black dude." You know. Especially, yo, let me tell you something. I used to work at Napa. It was a distribution. It wasn't a store. It was a distribution. Like, if you need something in your Napa store, they'll call my distribution to send it to you. But uh, but these people were on code with each other, but not really with Black Americans. You know. And like I told you, I understand, man. When you don't know people, you got your guards up. But with Black Americans, we always gave people a chance. We have been giving people chances for years. This is why some of y'all can come into the community with no problems. Some of y'all can be friendly and can date out your race with our people and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, we accept you for who you are. We accept you. Hold on a second. I'm not saving no one. Those say talking great about. Jamaica is in the European Union. Oh, see, we didn't even know that. Jamaica's in the European Union. And it's probably because of the king of, because they're colonized by England. So their laws has to go through England. They really can't make their own laws. With that whole shit with Vibes Cartel and stuff, when they were saying, oh yeah, the government is corrupted and England just ran in there and just beast mode everybody, it's noticeable. Shit like that is noticeable. You know? Like I always tell people all the time, I do appreciate the help that we do get from other cultures and stuff, but collectively, nah, never. You know? It's like, even I was watching Back on Fig. The guy was like, "Oh yeah, yo, we need to come together and stuff like that, yada yada yada." And the black dude from Long Beach, he was like, "Nah, He's like, "Yo, y'all gotta hold y'all own nuts." He's like, "Yo, when y'all didn't have this problem, y'all was on the side of the white supremacists. Y'all was talking crazy as the white supremacists. You know, we have been seeing this. Now y'all gotta hold y'all own nuts." And they felt bad about it, but at the end of the day, I understand how some of these people did have, you know, solidarity with some of these Mexicans. That's why some of these black people are out there, you know? Oh, I would think Jamaica would have been official if it was part of the UE. Yeah, me too. But they ran by I just spit in my trash, everybody. They ran by the English colony. Why you think the English goes down there so much, and why you think the Jamaican judges have the white wigs on? You know. So yeah, it's just it's a headache, man. I wouldn't. I tell people all the time, those type of countries right there, those Caribbean countries, they're all colonized. You know, and this is why I always tell them all the time. I tell people all the time, I was like, we can't connect with these people right now. You know, they're on a whole different level of, you know, they're on a whole different level of what they're trying to do with their country. We don't know if they're trying to control their own country. We don't know if they're trying to, you know, come, you know, we don't know anything, you know. I've seen a few Mexicans call out the black community for not helping with their protests because we helped with the. But the BLM wasn't us. That was full with lesbians and shit. You know, lesbians and gays and feminists. You know, so y'all was fighting for the wrong cause. That shit wasn't for us. You know, and I'm sorry y'all fought for, you know, a feminist group, another form of white supremacy. You know, I personally think people were fighting because niggas was getting free shit. I would have fought for some free shit too. They are the EU, but trying to get our reparations is diabolical. Yeah, David, it is. Like, let me ask you something, SP. As many times that black Americans in America has been fighting for reparations, has talked about reparations, we have seen nobody out of the diaspora of black America help. You know, I'm just being personally honest. There has nobody ever really helped. You know, and it's not, like I said, that shit, what's going on is not your fault because this was before your time. But the people who went over, excuse me, the people who were over here from your country should have been on code. Because you know what they did? They fucked it up for the future generations. Now it's time, now it's coming to a point where, you know what? You need to delineate from them. You're gonna have to delineate from them. Why is he not bringing up the Mexicans also said they will protest against black Americans getting reparations? Yeah, see? V for Vengeance. What's going on, V? What's up, Vengeance? Rosalind, when do we start talking about strategies and tactics and changing things? We could talk about that Thursday. But now it's all about putting stuff out. No, showing where this stuff's happened. Then we, like, I talk about it. I've been saying, like, yo, we need to keep stuff hostage. I just said also too, I think the people who are millionaires, these black people who are millionaires, these black people who do have money, they need to start buying these places, buying these things. But we also have to stay on code too, you know? Like, we always stay on code when it's other people, but when it comes to ourselves, it's just, we do the bare minimum for ourselves sometimes. And I even do it myself sometimes. I do the bare minimum for myself and give certain things the best, you know? And I think we need to get out that type of mentality too. If we're not going to do something for the best of ourselves, definitely we shouldn't be doing the best for other people, you know? Hold on. Thousands of Mexicans out there right now are proof that we've been taking care of business on our own. Nah, it's just the thing about it. They're just gonna call in the SP. They're just gonna call the National Guard on y'all, and shit's gonna go left. That's what's gonna happen. Like, look what y'all doing in Mexico now. Y'all, they're protesting what black people y'all been protesting what These white supremacists been protesting against y'all now. And these are people who are giving y'all economy in your country. You know? These are non-immigrant people. So that's why I say it looks crazy. I'm going to be personally honest. It does look crazy. I'm talking about the regular folks staying on code with strategy and tactics, not rich folks. We could do that, definitely. I'm gonna do my other show tomorrow because I didn't do it that last week. I'll do that. What's it? Wednesday. We can talk about strategies. You know, I'm gonna look up some strategies too. So, I personally think, if we really want something to happen, I think we're going to have to go to these board meetings. I think we're going to have to call these people out. I think we're going to have to put pressure on all these people who are on these tables, these congresswomen and these congressmen. We're going to have to put pressure on them. We're going to have to find somebody who's basically the spokesperson of us. Somebody who can step up, you know? So yeah, V for Vengeance. Definitely, I think we should do that. We got the. I could say this. Black Americans. We got the podcast on. I would say politics on lock. Now I think we need to get politically. You know, I think the only way we're gonna get through that is holding our votes as one holding our votes, two going down to these Congress union meetings and stuff and putting pressure on them. I'm gonna use an example. Boston, Michelle Wu, Ayanna Presley. Those are the two front faces of Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts. So what we need to do when they have these meetings, we need to go down there. We need to ask the hard questions like, yo, why aren't y'all doing this? I was like, only reason why Boston is, like, technically, reason why Boston is safe, kinda, is because of integration. Y'all put these white people in Boston. So if some shit happens, the police is gonna be right there. The police is gonna be right there. So yeah, of course it's gonna look safe. It's gonna look like they're doing their job. Because all those people, all those poor people that were living in Boston, you kicked them out to Randolph, Rosendale, fucking Brockton, Taunton. You kicked them out far. You know? The Anglos living in Mexico City are different dynamics than the Mexicans. But it just looks crazy, you know? Like I said, it looks crazy because, hold on one second. Who are the so-called representatives of black folks in Boston? Ayanna Presley. There was this one girl. She was Cape Verdean. She got locked up. She's doing a year right now for stealing money. Her and her family was stealing money. There's not that many, man. And this is why you need to put pressure on them. Ayanna Presley is just the bald-headed lady who was all over in Capitol Hill. The bald-headed black lady, yeah, she's from Boston. Ayanna Presley, she's from Hyde Park. It's just like I said, we got to put pressure on them. You know they're gonna crack. You know, especially Michelle Wu. They finding out that some of her donations came from a fucking Chinese communist party. You know, so this is the type of pressure that we need to put on. Yo, so what's this CCP shit? Why haven't you came out and talked about that with us? You know, if you gotta be our president, if you're gonna be our mayor, you gotta tell us what's going on. Who is these people donating for your campaign? You know, we gotta, yo, we gotta do all of that. You know, they might not like us, but they're gonna respect us. There was this one guy named Chuck Turner. Yo, he used to be on all those motherfuckers' back bumper. This motherfucker got caught taking $1,000 to help somebody get their liquor license. They sent this motherfucker to jail for almost 3 years. And there was people stealing $60,000, $80,000, $100,000. All those motherfuckers, they got probation. He got damn near 3 years. He just died like 5 to 8 years ago. But he was a good guy, man. You know, he used to ride around smoking a cigarette in his gray beat up car. His work of business was in Roxbury. Yo, he was a hood dude, you know. We need to get these people attention and emails and social media accounts. Flood them with emails and messages of the FDA in Boston or cities. Yeah, you know what? Definitely, yo, hold that thought. I want to talk about that on Wednesday. Because the reason why I want to talk about that on Wednesday, because I want to take some notes down for the advice that y'all give me. You know, because we need to be hard on them. We got to be tough on these people, man. We personally got to be tough on them. I will say this, SP, the Engels work there remotely for American companies. They don't pay taxes. They have higher income and drives up. Well, they do that They do that in the United States too, SP. You know, when these companies come out here and stuff like that, that's what you call integration. You know, that's personally what you call integration. You know, it sucks, but that's part of business. You know. But yeah, SP, definitely, yeah. We need to get all that information. You know, I think that's very important. Hold on, give me a second. Matter of fact, no, never mind. Yeah, so that's very important. You know, and the reason why it's important, we're gonna start a little bit early on the videos and stuff. We're gonna talk a little bit, but definitely we're gonna start a little bit early. Probably in like the next 10-15 minutes. It's just, I get it. I'm gonna go to SP first. V for Vengeance. SP, I understand, and the reason why I do understand, because they did that to Boston. When shit started popping in Boston, niggas kicked all the black people out, and the people who had houses stayed. You know, it's a part of integration. This form of tactic been used for the last, I could say, 150 years. They did that with the natives. They did that with the Latinos. They did that with the blacks. You know, what you think your people fought for in the 60s? They fought for integrations. Real talk. Your people fought for integration. This is why I always say the NAACP and civil rights was a piece of shit. That's why I always said that. What they did was nasty work. It was nasty work. They were gentrifying the F out of the area. Yeah, business. That's what they do. You know, even in, like I said, in America, they fought for that shit. The Latino community fought for that shit. Certain amount of black people fought for this shit because these people are telling them one thing. Oh yeah, we all gonna get treated equal. Then it's just to find out, it's just to take our shit. Why you think before Martin Luther King died, he started talking about reparations and policies? And once he started talking about that, they popped his ass. Malcolm X started talking about that shit with policies and reparations. CIA sent somebody to pop him, his own people to pop him. You know, it's the same game plan, just certain different people, man. You don't think the government knew what they were doing? You gotta be personally honest about that. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were trying to do. They was trying to bring more money into the community, but kick all y'all motherfuckers out. They was trying to turn your country into a tourism. You know, it just. I'm gonna be personally honest. Living in Roxbury, Dorchester, Jamaica Plain my whole life, I never seen a motherfucking Starbucks, only if it was near a fucking college. You go to Back Bay, you go back to Back Bay Mall, there's a fucking big ass Starbucks in an AMC movie theater. I used to have to go all the way down to downtown Boston to go see a movie. You don't think that's a form of integration? You don't think that was a form of all those people building that shit in your country? Yeah, it's the same thing. That's why I said it's the same thing. But at the end of the day, this is why the government is saying that there's too many of y'all here. Not just y'all. It's just y'all need to get y'all papers correct. Y'all can't be walking around here with no papers and you go to your country, somebody else fucking killed like 4 people and they're looking for that person and you in America. We got to be safe here, you know? Then like I said, there's a few people messing it up in your community. But what's so fucked up is, this is the fucked up part about it. It's just y'all not putting them out. You know, I vote the Polinico, who's it, District, Mexico City, one of the more areas of the country. You see Americans posted up outside calves on this highway. Yeah, that's how they want it. That's how they want it. They pay some form of taxes. It's like in your country, American can't come over there if they're not making more than $4,000 a month. They supposed to have at least $60,000 in their bank account just to move to your country. You know? So yeah, it's a headache, man. But that's a form of that's why you look in Boston, you go to Boston, people getting shot. People getting stabbed, shot, fucking kidnapped in Boston. And it's mostly these suburbans. They're moving out of Boston because of the shit. These people get crazy out here in Boston, and the government's finding that out. That's why Michelle Wu's trying to hide the motherfucker. Oh yeah, this is the safest state in the United States. Wrong. Have your little dusty ass. This little Asian little stupid bitch try act like she was walking around Boston. They was recording her talking about, oh yeah, we're walking in a nice area of Boston, and this dude named Sean Nelson. He was like, hey, why you ain't going over there to Mass Ave and Cass Ave? She ain't saying shit. Why you only showing the nice spot? Why won't you go across the street? He shows a picture across the street. There's mad dope fiends over there. There's dope fiends across the street, and she was trying to cosplay of like, yo, this being a nice motherfucking area. That's Democrats. She's a Democrat. Yeah, it's just, this is what is gonna happen now. What's the word? That's a good thing that you did, but it's the worst thing in America, because America's gonna see that, say like, see, these people are uncivilized. We gotta send a lot of these people back, because if they doing this in their country, what you think they're gonna try to do over here? This is why I always tell people all the time, I don't think y'all should be flying y'all flags right now. If y'all trying to do solidarity, y'all should be flying an American flag to say, yo, you are American too. I am an American too. Or at least have a flag connected to your flag and say, yeah, we are American too. You know, it's just very dangerous, because it's a very dangerous message that you are sending. You know, it's great that you're doing it. It's saying that like, yo, we ain't gonna bow down to nobody. But you don't want them to send in the big boys, the National Guards, the Navy, the Army. Don't forget, y'all don't like this fucking president. And it's probably the same. It's probably this. He probably has no love lost with y'all. You don't think this motherfucker will send the army in there? If the government can't do it, many Mexican flags, they do side flags too. But they only been showing Mexican flags. Y'all should do that consistently. Y'all. One thing about I'm gonna say this. One thing with protesting, it has to be consistent. You know, like I'm gonna say this: the reason why Al Sharpton is not successful, but he's very consistent, and people know of him because he's consistent. He consistently keeps on going there. He consistently keeps on talking about. He consistently going on interviews. He's consistently talking to the governor, to the mayor. This is what y'all should be doing. Y'all should be talking to the governor and the mayor. See what they could do. Why isn't it so hard for y'all to get y'all citizenship? Why is it so hard for y'all to stay in this country? Why is it so hard for y'all to get this ICE people off of y'all? Like, I'm going to be personally honest. Democrats is just selling y'all niggas wolf tickets until all y'all niggas get sent back. I'm being personally honest. First of all, y'all ain't white. So they ain't going to give you 100%. You know? And it's nothing against y'all. It's just y'all ain't white. Y'all don't got that $1 million worth of whiteness. You know? Y'all might look similar to a white person, but they're not gonna look at y'all as white. And we've been saying this from time. You was probably the only one who got the message, but most of them didn't. Most of them didn't get the message. You probably got the message. They didn't get the message. People get the wrong idea of people flying the Mexican flag. It's not a disloyal thing. It ain't much as a pride of our heritage. Yeah, like I said, man, it's y'all should be on these shows. Y'all should be interviewed with the big people, the mayor, the governor, all these people. Y'all should be going into these city hall meetings, you know, disrupting. But the thing about it, mostly if y'all illegal, y'all shouldn't be doing it, you know, because y'all just gonna, ICE is just gonna be waiting for you. People get the wrong message. No, you're right too. I know people gonna get the wrong message. It's just, like I said, y'all got a tricky situation, you know. Not you, because you're a citizen, but the people who aren't citizens and people who have these babies the people who had babies in America that are Mexican or Haitian or African or Asian, them niggas is gonna get sent back with them kids. There's no more anchoring your kids over here, you know? Because they look at it as abusing the law, you know? Like I told you 1,000,000 times, most Mexicans don't want to be white. You'll be surprised, man. When I mean white, they want the white privilege. Yes, they want the white privilege. You don't think Ryan Garcia wanted, what's his name, Golden Boy ever wanted it? Jennifer Lopez is Puerto Rican. But I'm talking about Puerto Rican community. I'm talking about the Latino community as well. You know? Real talk. And if anything, y'all should be trying to find reservations. Reservations, at least y'all can control that. Y'all can control who's coming in and out. Y'all can have y'all own education. Y'all can have y'all own banks, police stations, everything. Y'all should be trying to get reservations, if anything. If you do want to do the heritage shit, yes, get reservations. At least you can control your economy. You won't get reparations like the natives, but at least you'll have your own community. you know, and build your own policies. But I'm gonna start this video. Give me a second, cause I'm gonna look up some more stuff too. But this is a good video right here, and I'm gonna go check on my little son.
These family issues on the case. Back again with another reaction to the video. This time we're going to be reacting to a Haitian who is a self-proclaimed tether. We're going to be reacting to that, so this is going to be a very educational video when we break it down. But I want you to listen to a lot of these talking points. In my Foundation of Black American Family,
The
I want you
Chinese
to
and the
understand how
Turks
to
got
combat
busted
these
a while.
talking points. And then most of
Yo,
all, I don't want
I'm
you
gonna
to
tell
get
you this:
discouraged.
Chinese people are getting busted in Boston with brothels. $1 million. I'm talking about $500,000 business brothels. They getting busted. So it's don't think it's just the Latino community and the African community. A lot of these motherfuckers is getting busted.
By these
Yeah, that
talking
shit
points
doesn't work
because
anymore. Those Turks and them
unfortunately a
Chinese
lot of
people about to
us
get sent back with
sit
their
here and
kids.
actually start to believe some of the delusional talks that these people put forth. But with that being said, family, let's get into the video.
What's up, y'all? So yeah, man, this message is for Tariq Nasheed and the cult known as FBA. I just have a couple of questions for you guys. So yeah, I'm a tether. I am from the great country of Haiti, and you know, I've been over here for a very, very long time, very, very long time. And I just have a few questions, man, for all the FBA, specifically Tariq Nasheed. Why do you guys hate on Tether so much? Why do you hate us? It's obvious that you guys are jealous. It's obvious that you want to be like us. It's obvious that if it wasn't for us, a lot of you guys would, like, nobody would even mention y'all if it wasn't for us, you know. But what I want to know is, what did we do to y'all outside of being great, outside of being outstanding, outside of being an example on the world stage? What specifically did we do to you guys? Like, what is all this hate coming from? Every time I go on Tariq Nasheed's channel, he's always calling us dusty. You know, he's saying go back to your home country. You know, he's calling us ashy and saying that we're not educated, yada yada yada. Like, what did we do? What did we do to deserve that treatment? Like, we mind our own business. We got our own communities. We don't bother y'all. We understand that y'all want to do your own thing, and we let y'all. You know what I'm saying? We allow you guys to, you know, to have your own cliques. And we don't interfere with y'all, none of that. But for some reason, we're always the butt of the joke. I don't.
And one thing I don't like, and I'm gonna say this. One thing I don't like about his talking points is all of it's, first off, all of this shit's a lie. All of it's a lie because, okay, I gotta say this. All of it is a lie because, first, he said he doesn't bother us. He's not in our communities. We just seen Essence when it's supposed to be about Black America. They turned it into a Pan-African event. We just ran into Juneteenth. The motherfuckers just turned it into a Pan-African event. Like, Black Americans can't have anything, and I'm going to say this. We are all, like, if we're going to, within the next 10, 15 years, they're going to try to take our culture. They're going to try to erase our culture. I wanted to talk about this so much. I wanted to talk about this so bad because we're watching this in time, in form, in, as y'all say, in God form. We're watching this in God form right now, where they're trying to take our culture. They're trying to erase everything about us. Every time we make something, oh yeah, it was the African. It was the African spirits. Everything is an African spirit. Out of all the spirits I seen in my lifetime, I never seen a motherfucking African spirit. I never seen no African spirit. You know, I'm in my 40s, and this is why we have to put all these immigrants, anchor babies in place. Yeah, you have to. I'm gonna say this. V for Vengeance made a great point. He said we need to find solutions. This is one solution. Putting people in place when they spit out this propaganda. For years we have been letting people say what they want to say about us and never responded. It is time for y'all to respond, no matter if they feel, oh yeah, this is xenophobic. Gotta respond. You gotta fight back. These people are not your people when they talk shit about you. You know? Like, they get mad. But at the end of the day, whatever's good for the geese is good for the gander. Don't do it to me if you don't want it done to you. You know, these tethers really think they did everything we accomplished. Yeah, they're trying to steal all our accomplishments, our influence, our inspirations. I always ask people all the time, what did Africa influence black Americans to do? Not a motherfucking thing. They can't talk about unity. They're not even united in their continent, nor in their country. You know, they didn't talk about, you know, just having solidarity with other people. They can't even do that. They just comply to white supremacy. At this point, I want all the immigration stopped for at least 10 years. It might have to be, man. All these people who are here now might have to stay here. And I'm gonna say this. All the ones that are citizens can stay. They came over here properly. We can't get mad about them coming over here properly and seceding. Even the ones with the dual citizenships, even though that's kind of the same thing. I feel like, yo, if they're helping the country, they're helping the country. We can't get mad about that. But only thing we could get mad at is these people coming over here with no papers, getting resources. You can't. I always tell people all the time, you can't really do that in any other country. You can only do that in very few countries. I want as many of them deported as possible, unless they work on a farm. Yeah, might as well. Might as well. Like I said, I always tell people this shit ain't gonna work. I think they're gonna all get sent back because they're gonna want to start back from the beginning. This is what I'm seeing now. All these people are gonna get sent back just so they can start over. You know, and it's not their fault. It's just it's just what they want, you know. That food probably. Yeah, it just. Hold on one second, bro. You can't qualify for benefits unless you have a valid social. Please stop spreading disinformation. I said, hey, if they came over here legally, yeah, mine as well. Keep them. But if you just coming over here, yeah, let me tell you something. I have seen people come over here. I used to work for a homeless shelter. I have seen people come over here undocumented. That we had people living in homeless shelters that were undocumented. Then when the police came, they can't get them. We can't. Yeah, they could go in there, but they can't ask for no information. They can't ask anything. Yes, in Massachusetts, this is possible. I'm telling you, I worked in the homeless shelter, and I was like, "Yo, this shit is crazy." I had to go back to my old job. I was like, I cannot do that. Thank God I went back to my old job because they gave me a raise just to come back. Just to come back. But yeah, bro, you can't qualify for it. No, you can. In Boston, you can. It's a sanctuary state. Why you think? Let me ask you a question. Why you think all these people in Boston was complaining? Because you had more Boston citizens out on the streets than having any type of resources. Let me tell you something. When I lost my job, I couldn't get no resources. I couldn't, and it was hard for me to even find a job at the time. So yeah, I get it. I get how these people feel like, oh, yo, how these people getting housing, and I've been waiting for housing for like fucking 6 years. How these people getting houses coming to this country, getting these nice houses, and I'm still waiting. I'm still living in a homeless shelter with my child. You know, this is how these people are feeling. This is why these people are like upset. Once you find out why these people are upset, you find out what's gonna happen. You know, and the thing about it, not everybody is doing it. It just came to a point where it just got out of control. The shit just got out of control, you know? Give me a second. For other comedians. Oh, no, you haven't been to Boston. You haven't been to Boston. You haven't been to the East Coast. When I say these sanctioned states, they're getting more. Let me tell you something. In New York, last year, $6.9 billion was spent on their immigration issue. In Massachusetts, they wasn't even keeping track of how much money they were spending. All I know, I seen more homeless citizens who had valid IDs, had social, had citizenship in the state on Mass Ave. Yes. Here in Boston, the immigrants, anchor babies, tethers are in control of the public housing. Yep, I just said that. Yep. Thank you, SE88. They only give it to the other immigrants. Thank you, SE88. I just said that. This is what I mean. You know? So they're holding off all these benefits. And don't forget, in California, SP, I know you're in Indiana, but in California, don't forget, y'all are the majority. Y'all are the majority there. You know? But bro, they were probably Venezuela. They were Venezuelans too. Yes. There were Mexicans too. There were Africans. Yes. You know? They probably did. Yeah, they did. I had a pistol whip one of them when I came out the illegal gambling house. You know? I had to. He tried to rob me. Motherfucker didn't speak a lick of English. But he knew what a gun was. Sai. What the fuck? Like, nigga, you talking like my kid. I was like, you know you ain't supposed to be robbing. He didn't know speak no English. Yeah, we're getting that fixed, man. I just gotta get this. I'm gonna be personally honest. I'm still new to this. I've been doing this for a little over a year and a half. I'm still new to this. I'm still learning with y'all. So yeah, I had to pistol whip the nigga. He was Venezuelan. You are right. He was Venezuelan. I pistol whipped him. It was legal. It was a legal gun, but he got pistol whipped. Anger very arrogant. I'm so serious that they out here really disrespecting. Yes, thank you. That's why I said they're trying to erase the culture. Because you got to look at it. If they erase our culture, that means we're not going to get reparations. You know? This is why I think... So this guy told me... We need a... Fuck, I would... You know what? When I speak to him again, I'm going to ask him, can I get him on my... I'm going to call him, and I'm going to let y'all listen to him. He's from the United Brothers Sisters of Freemen. I forgot the man's name. Yo, he gave me some dope advice. Venezuelans are a different breed than Mexicans. Yeah, but we got Mexicans where I live at too, and like, yeah. This shit is crazy. I was in a county jail last summer, checking Latinos for the N word. Yeah, it's you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised, SC. It's the thing about it. They don't want to understand the code. I'm gonna say this. This is why I feel like, you know what? Let's finish these videos, and I'm gonna explain what I mean.
Understand.
It's crazy.
It's as if you guys don't realize that you're black too. You know? It's just sad, man. It's just so sad. Why don't y'all leave us tethers alone? Leave us tethers alone. We tethers, we ain't bothered y'all. We ain't said nothing to y'all. We ain't did nothing to y'all. You know, we mind our own business, y'all. And that's all we want in return is to have our peace. That's all we want. So let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think. I'm out. Peace.
Okay, shit. Well, he said, you know, let us know what he thinks. Okay. Let's go ahead and break this down, family, real quick. Let's run this back. Let's just use this as a breakdown. You know, I mean, so much BS in this video. It's gonna be a good one. All right, click the like button, click the subscribe. Let's get it.
What's up, y'all? So yeah, man, this message is for Tariq Nasheed and the cult known as FBA.
Oh, okay. Let's stop it right here, family.
See that disrespect right there? Calling us a cult. Calling our lineage a cult. They're talking about our lineage, our culture. Reason why they're here. So me and let's talk about Yeah, we did talk about it. Yeah, SE, we did talk. Me and SP talked about it. He's right. We did talk about it, and he said he doesn't say it because it's not his culture, and he respects the culture. So it's just these people who don't. People in certain communities, they don't respect it. They think. I think this. Okay, I'm gonna say this. There's a blame on both on them and us. The blame is that we let it go along for a very long time. And the blame is because people the blame on them is, and I'm gonna say this. First, they didn't respect us in the first place, and the people who were with us, we gave them a pass. But the other people who were giving other people passes wasn't foundational black Americans. They wasn't foundational black Americans. They wasn't of the lineage. So that's why I say, yeah, they get most of the blame, but we get a little of the blame because we just let it slide like, yeah, these niggas don't know what they talking about. They trying to fit it. But the thing about it, I think where it got out of hand was when they started using these white supremacy ideologies. Where they were like, oh, well, if you say it, I can say it, or they can say. Everybody can say it. You know, and this is where shit got out of hand because we thought the Puerto Rican was with us a few years. Yup, facts, facts. And some of these Puerto Ricans ain't really Puerto Ricans. They consider themselves a conquistador. Let me ask y'all a question. With some of these people from other countries, do they put if there's let me ask y'all a question. Some of these Puerto Ricans put the title of white. Some of these Latinos put the Latinos, Arabs, Chinese, they put white. When you use it, not only do you disrespect blacks, but also you disrespect yourself for talking like that. Out of here, so cloud. It's the youngsters who primarily use it. Yeah, I know. It's always been like that. Let me tell you something. The craziest thing. Let me tell you something. Your culture has a good effect and a bad effect. The good effect is that gang culture wise in your state, y'all can actually get along. Where you got the Crips and the Bloods and all these other gangs actually can talk. But the bad thing that came out of it is that certain things that y'all do, y'all don't see it as disrespect while a person is telling you is disrespect. You know, it's all unfolded on X. These last few years when Twitter Spaces started. Yeah, you know, and we gotta salute Elon Musk because he exposed himself, his people, and other cultures. So we can't act like it's not there. We can't act like, oh, it doesn't exist. We can't act like we don't see it. We have been seeing it for a few years. People can't hide this shit no more.
This is typical
Here in the
passive
part of
aggressive
Jersey,
language that a lot of
Froze.
tethers use. A lot of tethers
We
will
can
use
check
this word.
all
They
that
never
this-
want us
Facts,
to acknowledge
Jersey
that
Drive.
foundational Black Americans is a lineage. So they always have to vilify it. They always have to use terms like it's a cult.
The
And they
older
do this
OGs
because a
talk
lot
to
of
them,
times when
but
they're trying to
it's like trying
garner
to
more
show
hatred against
shit
us,
against.
they can't just say, hey,
That's a good one,
they're
SP.
hateful.
It's true.
Foundational Black Americans are hateful because they're identifying their lineage. Because any person with common sense would acknowledge that, hey, there's nothing wrong with identifying your lineage. So they have to turn it into a cult. They have to say it's a cult, it's a cult, it's a cult. Notice they keep working that talking point. And this is kind of like a starter pack for tethers. Okay? One of the starter pack for tethers, you want to know if somebody's a tether? They start with that cult talk. It's a cult. It's a cult ran by Tariq Nasheed. Okay, you already know you're dealing with a tether. You already know you're dealing with a tether. When they start those talking points, because they don't do that with anybody else. Let's be clear. If somebody comes over here and they're Jamaican and they say, Jamaica, I'm for Jamaicans, Jamaicans this, Jamaicans that, they don't call Jamaicans a cult. They don't say anybody calling themselves a Haitian is a cult. They
I'll
don't
be
say
right back,
anybody
everyone.
calling themselves Nigerian is a cult, or any of the other thousands of ethnic groups on the continent of Africa. They don't say those are cults. They respect those lineage-based groups. But when it comes to us, we're a cult. They always have to vilify whatever we identify as, okay? Let's be clear. They always have to vilify. So this is no surprise because this is part of the tether starter pack. You gotta call FBA a cult. But let's continue.
I just have a couple of questions for you guys.
And being that he's a tether, these questions are always, when you know you're dealing with a tether family, you should automatically know you're about to get some bad faith questions. Some questions that are simply put out there to trigger you, to get you emotional, to rage bait you. That's the whole point. So this is what you're about to hear.
So yeah, I'm a tether. I am from the great country of Haiti.
Okay, and notice he's a self-proclaimed tether. Okay, he's calling himself a tether, family. By the way, this is his brother Chase just randomly calling somebody who's of an immigrant lineage a tether. He's calling himself a tether. He knows what he is. Let's be clear. He knows what he is. Because what he's trying to do and what tethers try to do, because they're always basing their arguments, their talking points based on lies, they try to equate immigrant with tether. That's what they really want to do. They want to replace immigrant with tether. That's how they try to vilify us. So then they can turn around and say, man, foundational black Americans believe all immigrants are tethers. They call somebody just because they're an immigrant a tether. No, let's be clear. Tether is an action-based word. Your actions make you a tether. Okay? Just because you come over here as an immigrant, you got rider brothers and sisters who come over here on code for the movement and who speak life into foundational black Americans. And then you have others who come over here who cosplay as us while working to undermine us. That's a tether. A tether is an action-based word. So these people will sit over here and benefit off the sacrifices of foundational black Americans. And then when they get any position, they go out their way to shit on us, to undermine us, to keep resources out of our hands. Like that lieutenant governor out there in Virginia. I think her name is like Winston Sears or something like that. She's Jamaican. But they asked her about reparations for foundational black Americans, and she went out her way to shit on them. Okay, that's what a tether does. While
Listen to him
benefiting
again.
off our civil rights movements that brought her under to keep resources out of our hands. Like that lieutenant governor out there in Virginia. I think her name is like Winston Sears or something like that. She's Jamaican. But they asked her about reparations for foundational black Americans, and she went out her way to shit on them. Okay, that's what a tether does. While benefiting off our civil rights movements that brought her ungrateful ass over here. Okay, this is what tethers do. Tether is an action-based word, family. But let's continue.
And, you know, I've been over here for a very, very long time.
Let me tell you something. These folks don't like to say how long they've been over here. Low-key, family, a lot of these tethers, boy, they can't start their age when they get over here. You notice it's a lot of tethers. A lot of tethers, they'll sit over here and they'll be running these whole college admission games. They do this a lot in sports too. I remember when I was in school, you had some of these tethers who were sitting over here. They were dunking on kids in a basketball game, and these scouts were going crazy. Like, God damn, this kid out of the Sudan, this kid out of Haiti he's killing these kids in basketball. And then come time to offer him a scholarship, it turns out this motherfucker's 28. You see what I'm saying? So understand, they don't never like to say how long they've been over here or what their true age is. Okay, that's part of the tether starting pack.
Very, very long time. And I just have a few questions, man, for all the FBA, specifically Tariq Nasheed. Why do you guys hate on Tether so much?
Okay, let me answer his question. Again, this question is always rooted in bad faith. A tether, again, is an action term. A tether is someone who looks like us. And a lot of it comes from the movie Us, where you have this group or this family who looks like the original family. But the whole time they're working to undermine the original inhabitants and replace them. That's what a tether is. Why in the world would we like tethers? Can anybody, comment section, if you have any, I'm saying, can you give me 3 positives about a tether? Why foundational black Americans should love tethers? What is a positive? What does a tether add to society? No group of people likes tethers. Let's be clear. No group of people. Name a group of people who loves tethers. Okay? A tether is always working to undermine us. That's why we don't like tethers. Okay? Very bad faith question. But understand, these are the talking points you're going to hear from a tether.
Why do you hate us? It's obvious that you guys are jealous. It's obvious that you want to be like us. It's obvious that if it wasn't for us, a lot of you guys would, like, nobody would even mention y'all.
Family. And I'm not going to even really waste too much time reacting to this talking point.
You see this googly eye, lizard face looking motherfucker said? See this disrespect? Out here, so The few African dudes I see out here workers. Yeah, you'll get more. Don't worry, more's coming your way. But yeah, this googly eye looking motherfucker. You hear what he says? Without them, nobody won't know us. This is the type of shit we're talking about. They're trying to erase our culture, man. Our culture is very important to us, like anybody else's culture. But when it comes to our culture, there's always a big problem. It's always divisive. It's always, xenophobic. It's a cult. And that's why I think on the next ballot board, or I'm gonna say this, he probably really believes that self thought. Yeah, he believes it. He believes it. He would never put that shit online. He did that shit on purpose. But yet he's over here cosplaying black. Yeah, we all black. Nah, we ain't all black. You Haitian. Have you ever noticed that we can't even have our own title? We can't have our own success. We can't have nothing. We can't have nothing at all. Shout out to World's Best Rider. Shout out to Jersey, SP, Del Monte, SE88. Shout out to y'all. I didn't give y'all a shout out when y'all was asking questions. My fault. It's becoming a headache now because these motherfuckers don't do shit. Like, let's personally be honest. Most of these motherfuckers don't do nothing. You know? And he looks like a security guard. So, yeah, you are right, SP.
Because obviously he knows that's a lie. Okay, how do we want to be like a tether? Or let's put tether to the side. How would we want to be like a Haitian? Let's be honest. What are we jealous of Haitians? You dig? What are we jealous of? How do we want to be like them? You dig? What have they achieved that we haven't already achieved or paved the way for? Let's be real. We're
Facts.
not flooding
You're
to
right,
their
SP.
homeland. They're flooding to our homeland. That speaks for itself.
SP, your buddy's online.
And I forgot to address that part. He said nobody would know us if it wasn't for them. This is a different type
World's
of
Best
religion.
Raider, your
Tether is
buddy's
a form of
online. Say
sin.
hi. Say hi to SP. Shout out to both of them. Yo, they rocked the live last, was it Saturday? They was rocking the live. SP and World's Best Raider. They had a crazy, crazy debate. I was definitely watching and trying to multitask, but they had a great debate online. Actually, all of y'all had a great debate. But yeah, they they were doing their thing.
It's a form of
Yeah,
disease.
yo, all of us
It
be
causes
watching them,
delusion.
yo.
What
The
he's
tether
saying is just flat out
hunters be
delusion.
watching,
But if
man.
I got any Haitians who disagree with what I'm saying, when he says that nobody would know us if it wasn't for y'all,
Facts. That's
break that
right.
down for me. What is he talking about in the comment section? Break that down, because maybe I'm just clueless. Go ahead.
You know. But what I want to know is, what did we do to y'all outside of being great, outside of being outstanding, outside of being an example on the world stage?
Great at what? Outstanding at what? An example
Facts,
on the
XC.
world
You're
stage.
right about that.
Family, let's keep it a bone. Let's keep it a buck, okay? When the word Haitian is brought up, what comes to mind, family? For most people, what do you think comes to mind for most people? Let's be honest. When you think Haitian, not my
Well, because of Donald Trump, dog and cat, it comes to mind because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump fucked y'all over, so yeah, blame him. Dog and cat soup. I don't know if it's dog soup or like cat soup. Shout out to my Haitians. But yeah, Donald Trump fucked y'all over.
myself, but I'm just talking about for the
Crazy
world
how they feel,
stage.
so
Because he says an example for the world. On the
facts.
world stage. When you think Haitian
Mud
family, you
cookies.
think poverty.
Delusional
You think one of the
mindset.
poorest nations in
These
the Western
people are
Hemisphere, which is a
hilarious.
fact.
Shout out
Okay,
to
that's
EL.
not, they love to act like, oh nigga, it
I'll
is the
be-
government running lies.
I'll
No, nigga,
be
y'all are one of the poorest nations, respectfully.
Hey,
I'm not
yo.
making fun of that. That's a horrible thing. You think
Give me 1 second, everybody. Hey, yo, SPO, you should be recording your gameplay. Definitely, I'll watch them. Yeah, record your gameplay live, then just put them on YouTube or just live stream it. I'll definitely watch. I was watching a little bit of it.
okay, Haiti is in shambles right now, family.
Somebody said
No
dirt
exaggeration.
cookies. Oh
Right now.
shit, mud
It's April
cookies.
26th. Okay, 2025. Haiti is in shambles now.
Yes.
Now, right now. Damn near gangs are running Haiti. All over Haiti.
Barbecue.
That's not an exaggeration. You could just listen to the brothers and sisters of Haiti. When they come over here and they're seeking asylum, they'll tell you. Okay? Let's be honest. What example? The example you talking about ain't a good example. The example you got
Yeah,
is
somebody said
poverty
mud
and
cookies.
violence. Okay, let's be clear. But let's continue.
What specifically did we to you guys? Like, what is all this hate coming from? Every time I go onto his channel, he's always calling us dusty. He's saying go back to your home country. He's calling us ashy and saying that we're not educated, yada yada yada. Like, what did we do?
What did you say? One thing about people gotta understand, black people don't just attack you for no reason. They probably just playing with you, or you probably said some offensive shit. Niggas saying that you eating mud cookies and you eating dog soup and cat kebabs and shit like that. You must have said some shit. You must have did something. You know?
Family, let me be
I'm
clear
trying
about
not
this.
to
And
upgrade my
one, it's
armor.
always funny. how
He
these
said not
little-
trying to upgrade my armor.
Us calling them ashy and dusty.
Yeah, man,
always
yo,
just
upgrade
hurts
it.
them. That hits a chord with them. These little simple jokes. But anyways,
That
family,
man
let me
said
tell
mud
you
cookies.
something. When they start with all this hate talk, let's be clear. And I want y'all to understand this. Let's use Haiti for example. You know the people who hate Haiti the most?
Dominicans and Haitians.
Other Haitians.
Yep, Dominicans and
No
Haitians.
one hates these countries more than the people who come from these countries.
Nah,
because
that I
as soon
think,
as they get an opportunity, they pack their
I did
bags
upgrade
and they
some.
flee and they never look back. That's
Yeah,
what
definitely, I'll
somebody
watch it.
does when they country. That's what somebody does.
Yeah, cat
Don't
kebabs.
let this pride, don't let this so-called Haitian pride fool you. Understand, these motherfuckers get prideful of Haiti when they get over here to the United States. No one hates these countries more than the people who come from these countries. That's a projection. They love to project their hatred on us. Why do you hit us? Nigga, you're over here living amongst us. Dude, listen to some of these folks when they get deported. Listen to some of these folks when Trump and ICE is threatening to send them back. Boy, they shit on their homeland so much. You cannot survive over there. It is dangerous. The government is corrupt. It is gangs running the country. Boy, they shit on their nations like crazy. Remember, it was foundational black Americans, like ironically Tariq Nasheed, who he brings up that hates Haiti, who were the ones that kind of popularized in the modern era the Haitian Revolution. Let's be clear, wasn't nobody talking about the damn Haitian Revolution in today's time before Tariq Nasheed put out 1804. Because I know we got all these, YouTube and Instagram historians who like to act like they were running around talking about the Haitian Revolution all damn day. For the average Joe, most of them became woke when Hidden Colors came out, when the 1804 came out. We're the ones who uplift Haiti and be putting Haiti in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
Frederick Douglass was one of the main proponents in the early 1900s fighting for y'all to even come over here. Okay, that was Frederick Douglass. Let's be clear, because they had immigration quotas on places like Haiti. It was foundational Black Americans stomping for y'all to get over here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody that hatred comes from y'all, and especially in the Caribbean family. Remember, in the Caribbean islands, you can listen to, and Caribbean folks will tell you if they're being honest, boy, they shit on Haiti every time they get a chance. Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Bahamians. I might put up a video next time. Matter of fact, I'll insert a video of this Caribbean lawyer, and she's talking about how much the Caribbean folks shit on Haiti.
Are like for Bahamians in general are incredibly xenophobic, right? Like all these places, like like I said, places have their own cultures and problems, and if you don't know about the place, you don't know the thing, right? But the Bahamas is very xenophobic. So, like, let me put it to you like this: I'm born and raised in.
Yeah, yo, I'm gonna tell you one thing, SP. Yo, Haitian girls got good coochie. Yeah, they got good coochie. Yeah. They got good coochie. I know. Yeah, you'd be surprised, man. Yeah, keep your women here and some of your food, not the cat kebabs and the Rottweiler soup, but you can keep some of that other stuff, your traditional stuff here. We don't want that other shit, man. They use a lot of pork too, man. I'm not a pork type of eating person. But yeah, man, yo, them Haitian girls got the good coochie too.
My mommy's side of the family is Bahamian. I've never been. I'm half Nigerian. My daddy's Nigerian, but I've never been to Nigeria. I've never stepped foot on the continent of Africa. Bahamians don't give a fuck about none of that. That name is African. That name is foreign, and they have a problem that you experience. This xenophobia is crazy, and that pales in comparison to the way Bahamians in general discuss and think of Haitians. It's actually really some sick shit, right? Like so.
Let's be clear. We're the only ones who have done anything really tangible for y'all by allowing you to come over here. He's talking about allowing us to do stuff. Okay? In the video, he's going to start talking about allowing us to do stuff. We're the only ones who actually allow you to come over here and make a living for yourself and give you tangible resources.
Facts.
Okay? For those civil rights and resources that we fought for, then that now you benefit from. So let's be clear, family. This is tether talk. This is tether talk. When they start that hate talk, that's nothing but a projection. Nobody hates Haitian or Haiti or their homeland more than the people who flee it. This man is over here from Florida. He hates Haiti. Let's be clear. If ICE come pick his ass up, that nigga's going to be kicking and screaming left and right.
Oh, no.
He's going to be begging not to go back there.
Yeah.
They hate their homeland. And don't let them convince you of anything other.
What did we do to deserve that treatment? Like, we mind our own business. We got our own communities. We don't bother y'all. We understand that y'all want to do your own thing, and we left.
Oh, shit. That nigga said they were kicking and screaming.
This is like his 20th video talking about FBA. So when he says we mind our own business, they never mind their own business. They're always in our spaces talking crap about us and tethering. That's what a tether does.
Facts.
A tether, it's impossible for a tether to mind his own business. A tether has to leech onto you, portray your identity, rob you of your identity, and then undermine you at the same time. It's impossible for a tether to mind their own business.
He said that nigga will be kicking and screaming.
Y'all, you know what I'm saying? We allow you guys to, to have your own cliques. And we don't interfere with y'all. None of that. But for some reason, we're always the butt of the joke. I don't understand.
Projection. Let me address this, because this is another one they try to. This is kind of like the reverse Uno card. These folks, family.
My man said a reverse Uno card.
Black Americans, even the term.
Oh shit.
We just started delineating 5 to 6 years ago, family. We are the last group in the diaspora to delineate. All these other black groups around the diaspora, they have delineated, for decades now. They've been walking around stumping their feet saying, I'm Haitian, I'm Bahamian, I'm Jamaican, I'm Nigerian. They have delineated decades ago. We are the only group who has been holding on with two hands to this blind blackness where we just black. We don't want to differentiate ourselves from any other group. Okay? But we've seen that, okay, man, this doesn't work because what other people are doing is they are robbing us and undermining us of our identity and our culture and our achievements. Okay? Now that we've delineated, now they want to bring up we're all black. And now they're actually going to try to lecture us on, don't you know you're black? We've always identified with this blind blackness, just saying we're black. Okay? But we realize, hey man, this is not working. This is not working. So you know what? We need to look out for our group. Because we realize behind this blind blackness is a lot of tethers from other lineages who don't really relate to us. They see us as strictly a meal ticket, and they see us as a way to co-opt or identify as us by just hollering they're black
I'll be right
when
back,
it's
everyone.
convenient. Okay, because that's what they do. Any other time they're a Zoe, they're Haitian, they're this and that, they're Nigerian, more specifically they're Igbo, but when it suits them, they're just black now. So we said, okay, we see this is becoming a problem. So we decided to delineate. But understand, and let's be real, we are the last group in the diaspora to delineate, family. These other groups have delineated for decades now. They've never had blind blackness. They've never just identified themselves as black people. They've always had ethnic groups and tribal groups, whatever you want to call it, by the thousands to differentiate themselves. So don't let them play that whole, they're going to lecture us on, well, don't you know you black? Nigga, we've been saying that. Y'all been hollering something different. So now that we getting a little bit of straightening going on, don't try to essentially now you want to play the whole black card. You want to project your insecurities onto us. Okay? Let's not do that.
You know, it's just sad, man. It's just so sad. Why don't y'all leave us tethers alone? Leave us tethers alone. We tethers, we ain't bothered y'all. We ain't said nothing to y'all. We ain't did nothing to y'all. You know, we mind our own business, y'all.
Again, just lies, family. It's all rooted in bad faith. The whole goal of a tether is to agitate, to rage bait, to undermine foundational black Americans, okay? That's why he's making this video. He knew this video was to try to trigger, to try to rage bait black Americans. Let's be clear. That's why he made the video. Them standing on their own cultural business is impossible for them because they're very ashamed of their culture. They're very ashamed of their homeland, okay? And then they try to overcompensate by coming around us claiming that we're somehow getting something from them. We're somehow jealous of them. Projection for attention.
And that's all we want.
Well, I'm gonna say this. This is how certain things start when you allow what this guy's saying. Say, oh yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. You know, so you always got to be very careful with that type of shit, man. And this is how we get our culture stolen. You know, I'm so glad Tariq Nasheed separated serious brothers and sisters from fools by giving the fools the FBA title. Black America needs all the help we can get over ourselves. Y'all separated. Hey, thank you. I hope they pass the law to do it too, because technically we don't get nothing from helping Africans. We don't get nothing. You talk about what do we have? We have more than what they got in their country. Like, let's personally be honest. Then all they're gonna do is, it's the government. I'm glad we are separated. Now we could get into what me and Vengeance was talking about. We could get into the policies and the political game. We could get these people out these seats that are part of these political games. You know, I think separation. This is what we need right now. Is a separation. You know. You know what? I found very sad and depressing. It's how people are so nasty and distant to each other. I've been very fortunate to visit a foreign country, and it's not like that. Yeah, but certain places are. It's just SP. You gotta understand. Not all these places that you go to are like that. It just doesn't add up for all the other stuff that other people do. Like yeah, you are like yeah, you're a good person. Yeah, you have great qualities that you understand us, but there's a lot of people that are not like that. If you ever watch this show in my channel, we have seen it. We had seen the South Africans call us bullet bags and monkeys and all this other crazy shit. We have got the immigrants talking about, oh yeah, all we are drug addicts and drug dealers. And not thinking, and he don't even know all those drugs that is coming from his country. We got other ones, we had a Nigerian say like, oh, all black people are murderers and killers. Not knowing that his country is known for kidnapping and extortion. This is the stuff. This is why we have to put this stuff out. SP. Some did all. He did another job diving us. Yeah, it's just we gotta put this out here. SP. You see what Shabaka says? You are begging. The white man who said, "There's no pride in begging." But we look at Africa. He's begging the Africans are begging to come to England and America and leave his country. Instead of trying to fix his country, they beg to leave the country. Then when they come here illegally, they beg to stay. SP never talks about that. The white man calls you nigga and now you call yourself. Let me tell you something. Africans call us niggers. Africans call us cotton pickers. Why the fuck we want to be around an African? You got so much good shit to say about Africans, but you never point your finger when they do anything bad. You don't point your fingers when they say we don't have no culture. You don't point your fingers when they say, oh, we have no culture. We're gangbangers. We're bullet bags. You don't say none of that shit. This is what Shabaka does. But Shabaka can't hold accountability for his own people in Africa. It's always black Americans' fault. It's always, oh yeah, y'all are the divisive ones. Instead of y'all was the first ones to say y'all wasn't black, y'all were Somalian. Y'all are fucking Nigerian. Y'all are South Africans, Ghanaians. Y'all started that shit. So when we accept it, oh no. You want us in a fucked up position. You want us begging. You want us having this Afrocentric, Pan-African bullshit stuff that's popping off. That shit doesn't work. Is it? Sound naive, but all that negativity fucks with your sites after a while. No, let me tell you something. When you know right from wrong, you understand. You understand. Like I said, I get it. I understand why. I mean, you don't think why I get why Shabaka says what he says? Shabaka needs help in his country. He's trying to get all the help as he can. All he knows is scamming and trying to manipulate stuff and tricking on people. That's all Shabaka knows. He's an African. What you think, SP? What you think he knows in this country? All he knows is the negative stuff. He knows to like, oh yeah, you know what? I gotta trick these people just to get some food because there's no resources in this country. That's what he's doing. Oh, yo, let me scam these people so I can have some food for my family. No, fuck it. I can leave my family and go get some food. Hey, thanks, Frank Knight. Thanks. I appreciate it. Salute. But yeah, that's what these Africans do, and we can't get mad about that. That's just that's their culture. That's their scamming culture. And I have to say that. I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to be rude, but that's their scamming culture. African revolutionary. Y'all niggas been saying that shit ever since the 1940s. The fuck? Them niggas is still running over on y'all country. There was no progress. Your progress is when you got to America. That's it. All your influence, all your inspiration comes from America. But you shit on America. Oh yeah, America didn't. You don't understand. Black America is American culture. That's the only culture in America. All this was a savagery and stuff. Yeah, that comes from the other side. But American culture is what we did. It's what we did. Nobody don't give a fuck about. Let's personally be honest. We don't really give a fuck about white culture. In America, we gotta be personally honest about that. What, Statue of Liberty? That was given from the French. The fuck? The national anthem. That shit some racist shit. Like, yo, all the inventions that we came over here, our fashion, our foods came from black Americans. Them motherfuckers don't know how to cook. Like, let's personally be honest. Why you think... Let me tell y'all something. Why you think I encourage people to go back to their country and fix that shit? Because that's their country. That's your bread and butter. That's supposed to be yours. Don't let nobody control your shit. Don't let nobody run you off your shit. That's your shit. But what Shabaka is doing, he want us to come to that country to help him fix it because he don't want to fix it himself. It's that scamming mentality. It's that Pan-Africanism. It's a scamming mentality. Shabaka ain't no different from Dr. Umar. Like, let's personally be honest about that shit.
In return is to have our peace. That's all we want. So let me know what y'all think, man.
I think you're full
Let
of
me know
shit,
what
my
y'all
nigga. That's what I think.
All right. And here's the thing: if you want so much peace, why don't you go back to Haiti? You don't have to deal with foundational Black Americans. We're not over in Haiti. For the tethers who are listening, you want peace. You want us to stop talking about you guys and your homeland.
Well, y'all need. Well, the thing, if it does, but the thing is, SP, if you don't have it, y'all can make it. Y'all could. Let me tell you something. In America, all y'all immigrants could have been had a solidarity with Black Americans. Black Americans was welcoming. We was welcoming y'all to come in this country. We was welcoming y'all to come in our community. We was welcoming y'all to, yo, come to the cookout. Y'all didn't even want to come to the cookout. Y'all wanted to do y'all own thing. Y'all didn't want to be a part of the program. Y'all like, I'm here, okay, that's all I need from y'all. Fuck y'all niggas. That's how a lot of people were. SP. You know? And like I said, a majority of people fucked it up for a lot of people. Like, let me tell you something. A lot of people fucked it up for Black people, too. You know? A lot of people fucked it up for Black people. We are still winning. Africans in America help. But we always help. We help. Y'all wouldn't be where y'all are if it wasn't for us, Shabaka. Yeah, it's sad, SP, but it's just a part of reality, man. Best thing I could tell you, everybody to do is fix their community. Then after that, we can probably have a solidarity. Then we can support each other. It's just we can't have a solidarity when your community is broken in half. Some people do want help. Some people don't want help. It's just y'all gotta stay on. Like, look at us. We cut them niggas off who are coons. SP, we don't know if he's a coon or a tether. You know? And that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to cut those people off. Like, yo, we don't support those people. We don't like those people. You know, blase blah. You got to be on that type of shit.
Go back to it. That way you can deal with nothing
Yep, he said what I said. But let's listen to this guy. It's a 13-minute video. He's actually good. He's actually telling us what the program is.
2025, and it seemed to be like this year, Essence 2025 wasn't highlighting Black American culture. It had African elements. Then she goes on to say that Time Warner sold the Essence Festival to a Liberian. The lady that organized the Essence Festival is Kenyan. So they brought Caribbean and African traditional elements into the festival. On surface value, I don't see nothing wrong with it, right? But here comes the problem, right? Definitely over the last 5, maybe 10 years, especially since I've been home, you've been having Africans, right, throw darts at Black Americans. So hence you got a whole new movement that sprang out, FBA. I'm a Black American, both sides of my family. Right? So I don't go by the term FBA. I'm Black American. Period. Black American is the only.
Shabaka, where they gonna send us to Zimbabwe, nigga? Where they gonna send us? We're American citizens. The fuck? This nigga's cooked. This nigga think we gotta go to Ghana or some shit. This nigga's cooked.
American people in this country. Black Americans come from a bunch of different African cultures, language, and traditions that had to make their way through some of the most brutal oppression during slavery and after slavery. But most of y'all don't know Black American history, and even Black Americans don't really know their true history over here in America. Cool. So you have factions within side of the Black American feel like their accomplishments and their contributions to America is being overlooked, wiped out, or minimized. This is not a nutcracker. This is the juice. I've been juicing lately. This is like beet juice, pineapple juice, and kale. I'm trying to be on my health kick. But back to the topic. So, when Kwame Nkrumah came to America, he lived in Harlem for a while. He went to a HBCU, Lincoln University. When he became Prime Minister of Ghana, he been inviting Black Americans in. This is why Ghana have all those different programs for people with African diaspora to return back home. Caribbeans, mainly Jamaicans, Marcus Garvey, came to America looking for Booker T. Washington, who passed away a year before he came. They didn't have internet back then, so he didn't know that, right? But he came to the South, Alabama, looking for a Black American, right? It shows you that our people that we look up to and respect are more wiser than some of you dumb people right now today, right? And so what y'all doing, y'all falling into the Willie Lynch curse. He said you keep introducing different concepts and they keep them divided for another 300 years, right? So Africans and a lot of Caribbeans, Black Americans paved the way for you technically to be in this country, right? Because we fought, we bled, we got lynched, raped, murdered, we fought back. We had to fight for what they call civil rights, which I find nonsense. You're human, it's only human rights, right? So in a lot of what we did, y'all was able to ride the coattails of Black Americans. That's just the fact, right? Most of you people whether you're a black American, whether you are African from one of those countries in Africa or from one of those countries in Caribbean, y'all are silly people, man. When I was coming up, I didn't hear all this bickering. You might have had the Jamaicans didn't like the Haitians, the Dominicans didn't like the Puerto Ricans, and I didn't understand why. But hey, that wasn't for me to understand. But I've ate in Jamaican people houses. I've ate in Panamanian people houses. I've ate in Belize people houses. I've ate in Trinidadian people houses, right? I've ate in Puerto Rican people houses. I've ate in Dominican people houses. I'm talking about as a youth. So what I hear going on now, it doesn't make sense to me. Let me share this with you, right, if I may. When white people come from Russia, Ukraine, France, Germany, Italy, Romania, Sweden, Switzerland, right? They just don't abdicate their cultural heritage, but when they come over here, you know what they say? They white Americans, right? Because you don't see in the demographics when you fill out the census, it doesn't have none of these things over here. But when Caribbeans come over here, when different ethnic Africans come over here, y'all go out y'all way to show separation, right? And all you doing is playing into the hands of the same mentality that colonized your country, right? Because the only people.
You heard that, Shabaka? Did you hear that, Shabaka? We don't want to hear about the 14th Amendment. You're deflecting. It already was debunked.
That are your natural allies over here in this country is black Americans, right? And if you're going to continue to come over here, then you need to learn and understand the social, political, and cultural history of black Americans. I know most of y'all just come to cities. Y'all haven't been into the deep south or certain spots out west or Midwest, right? That's not a city. But do not allow a false sense of reality to make you think that you are better than black Americans, right? And black Americans, stop being so reactionary, because there's somebody behind it all pulling the strings, being a puppet master. And y'all don't even see it, right? Y'all don't even see it. I've never heard the level of nonsense, because that's what it is. It's nonsense that I've been hearing, especially lately, right? I don't care if you call yourself an FBA. I don't care what type of African you are. I don't care what type of Caribbean you are. If you don't see yourself as one with us, you're not going to survive over here, right?
Facts.
Because in America, politics is a numbers game. Look at, it wasn't even no such thing as Latinos before I left in 1995. I heard the word Hispanic used. I've never heard the word Latino or Latinx. That's some new shit, right? At the end of the day, we have a sophisticated enemy, right? And it's called white supremacy. And if you can't see that what's going on right now,
I've been saying this. I didn't even watch this video. I've been saying this white supremacy, but it's a system. It's a system. So next show on Wednesday, we will be talking about solutions. Shout out for V for Vengeance. You know, give me a second. I'm gonna put this other video on. we're gonna be talking about solutions because I think we need a solution. We've been talking about a lot of the problems, but we haven't been talking about solutions. V for Vengeance is right about that. Right? Black Americans do not control anything. He's still on this. Okay, Shabaka. Now we're gonna see the blueprint. Tariq Nasheed's gonna talk about the blueprint. That's why they interrupt the dude. I was like, yeah, he's going to spit game.
Reparation. Let's get brother reparations in here. Reparations in the building. What's up, brother? Hop on in, sir. All right. Reparation, hop on in.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, brother?
What's good, Flex?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I changed my name to I'm Untethered, but I guess you didn't see it, man, because I've been trying to get on with you for a minute, man.
Okay. Where you from, brother?
I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay, there you go. What's on your mind?
Well, I wanted to ask you if you had saw the Vlad TV with Michael Blackson. First of all, that's what I came on here to ask you about, man. But after hearing Debbie, the Democrat, man, I had to approach that first, man, because she just be talking wild, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So first of all, you got Hidden Colors 1 through 5, right? You got Buck Breaking, you got 1804, you got American Maroon. She's calling you a Nazi, bro. I'm like, what the is she talking? Excuse my language. What is she talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, she's just saying, because she had nothing else to say, so she's just saying stuff.
Yeah, but this is the problem with people that come up on here and just do this type of thing, man. It's just like, how are you just gonna go that far and this brother's work speaks for itself? Like, what are you talking about? You see them, like, these people come up on here, they just make themselves look so stupid. It's crazy. Like, that's kind of damn near like psychotic to me.
Right.
Because
Right. And stuff like that. I mean, this is Democrat shillery. That's what they do. They start shilling, and they don't really have a real retort, so they just start saying anything. That's a sign of desperation. So that doesn't bother me. Keith, what's up, brother?
Assalamu alaikum, dear brother.
What's up, Keith? How are you?
Brother Tariq, you are not a Nazi.
Nope.
And you are not a leader.
Nope.
But I would say, Brother Tariq, you are an angel. And the reason I say that is because I was born in the nation under the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Farrakhan.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at the foundational Black American emergence from a spiritual perspective.
Yeah.
The reason I say you're an angel is because if you read the book of Luke, Jesus is speaking to his contemporaries and he says, "Think not that I come to bring peace. Nay, I come to bring division." See, so when anyone accuses you or any of us of division, lean into it.
Yes.
Because that means you're doing the Lord's work. And the second point I want to make is read in the Bible Jesus' parable of the wheat and the tare. If you look at the wheat and the tare to the untrained eye, they look alike. But I think it's apropos that the word tether and the word tare are so similar in meaning and syntax. Mm-hmm. A tare is a weed, and a weed literally undermines, by way of its root system, the wheat and saps it of its nutriment. It smothers it. It suffocates it and kills it. And Jesus said at a certain time there would be a separation. Uh,
I get it.
and because they look so similar, in the beginning, you can't separate them, unless you hurt some of the wheat.
Right.
But at a certain time, you'll know the difference because the wheat will bear fruit. The weed doesn't bear fruit. And what is the fruit? The fruit is the 50,000 patents. The fruit is our leaders, our struggle, our examples, our
Who's a convicted murderer?
teachers, our professors. Those are our fruits. And then the Bible also speaks.
Yeah, there's some extremists, but you can extremists in the cult and being a cult is kind of different. It's a little difference. It's similarity, but there's a difference.
Of the fruits of the Spirit. Everybody look up what are the fruits of the Spirit according to the Bible. Brother Tariq, I think you call it Mujara.
Jar, yes, sir. Hmm.
So I just wanted to make that point, brother. You represent us well. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the Foundation of Black American Family.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, sir. I
Who
appreciate
did he
that.
kill?
Stephen, what's happening, Stephen? Is Stephen, you ready? No, Stephen bounce. We're going to see what Stephen had to say. All right, Stephen bounce. He wasn't ready. Oh, man. Shout out to everybody in here. We in here heavy. We in here deep. All right, let me see who we got. Avenue Blue. We got Avenue Blue in here. Y'all raise your hands. If you are ready, ladies and gentlemen, raise those hands. If you are ready. Avenue, what's up, Avenue?
Flex, what's up, big bro?
My brother, how are you, sir?
Man, I'm blessed, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm good.
Hey, I want to say something real quick. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, yes.
Man, I got my AirPod in. I only got one in. But look, I want to say this to you, bro. Listen, I was thinking the other day, right? Man, Flex, man, you don't understand, bro, how many people whose lives that you have set on a different path. Like, kind of piggybacking off the other brother, right? Just let me land my plane. I ain't gonna be too long.
Go ahead, brother.
Man, I remember that song you put out, that guest list.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, man, for real, people don't understand. If you really wanted to do something else, you could have been did it.
Yeah.
That's how talented you is, bro. Like, real talk. Like, you could have, like, really, real talk. If you really want to do some other stuff, like with other entertainment, you could have did it and been very prosperous. But you sacrificed that for your people. And I salute you for that, brother. Another thing, too, what I wanted to say, what do you think about when these tellers be coming and talking about, like, we don't have no culture. We have culture. But what do you think about breaking it down into categories and stuff? You know what I'm saying? As far as, like, innovation, dance, cuisine, because I saw a video of and I reposted it on my page. Matter of fact, Flex, man, you the reason I got back on Twitter, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, real talk. D Seals is my little bro. Anyway, but man, tap dancing is one of our cultures. So when they say, you know what I'm saying, like, we have so much stuff to where we gotta start categorizing it to where we could really, like, okay, look, whatever lane y'all want to go, we got y'all in it. You know what I'm saying? Not only with the tellers, but with all other persuasions or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I want to say, big bro. Man, I love you, bro. Real talk, salute.
Much respect to you. Yeah. Listen, when folks talk that culture stuff, see, you know what? That's a projection. That's a projection. Anytime, listen, when they start talking culture, we can point to a whole laundry list of things that are foundational Black American culture. Ask them what their culture is. That's when they get stuck. Remember, I had the dude the other day call up. We're talking about culture, and he was trying to debunk our inventions. And I said, dude, give me one invention from your homeland, just one. He couldn't name anything. He couldn't name a damn thing. Listen, not only is foundational black Americans, we are the culture here. Do you understand that? I want y'all to, when any time somebody talk about culture, not only
Oh yeah, I want to stop, and I do want to. I want to start thanking people who do be sending me donations. I do appreciate it. Thank you. I do. I know I didn't. I don't really talk about it. Um, but thank you. I do appreciate people who do send me donations, and and I do appreciate people who do be on here and do be live chatting as well. So again, thank you. I appreciate everything.
are we the culture here, because everything we create, it gets absorbed into general American culture, which is us, ladies and gentlemen. Just so many little things that we created that we see daily that we don't even think about. You understand? Air conditioners, home security systems, potato chips, little stuff that we see every day. Just like I talked about the other day, the fire pole that you see at the fire departments, that was something that we started in Chicago, the Black Fire Department. Just every little thing. You understand? But not only we the culture here in America, the world copies foundational black Americans, ladies and gentlemen. The world culture is foundational black American culture. You talk about how hip hop is universal. It is. That's us. That's foundational black American. Jazz, universal. That's us. Foundational black American. R&B, rock and roll, blues, gospel, all influenced by foundational black Americans. Family, we created the first international dance crazes. The Charleston, that was from Charleston, South Carolina. That was an international dance craze. Even before that, the cakewalk. Foundational black Americans. We would create the first dance crazes that went international. You dig? Brother was talking about tapping, but the tapping that came from the patent Juba dance, which is the step dances that they do at the fraternities. All of that stuff. Slang, fashion. If we ain't got no culture, why in the hell do everybody sit around here imitating us?
Uh, Thank you, SP. I appreciate that. There's no need for me to block you for your opinion. That's the thing. I think if your opinion is your opinion, I always respect it. You know, I always have to respect it. Ethically and morally, I have to respect it. So I would never do that to anybody. Like you see how I had white supremacists. Like I said, I call here. They learned their lesson calling, be on my live chat and stuff because I will answer your questions. And they get. There's no need for that. There's always an answer to something. If you're right, you're right. You know? Everybody can be right. It's just, if you're right to you, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what the fuck I feel. If you feel like you're right, you're right.
All over the planet. When you go around the world, this is why it's good to travel. When you go around the world, people are emulating us. People are dressing like us, doing graffiti like us. Modern graffiti came from a brother in Philly, Cornbread, who was in my movie Microphone Check. That went global. That's us. Dressing like us. The sneaker culture, foundational black Americans, the slang, us, talking like us. You got people overseas crip walking.
What?
Us.
What?
Dude, the foods, the cuisines, the southern cooking, soul food. Oh, goodness. Our spiritual systems. Just the whole concept of having swag and being cool.
Facts.
That's us, ladies and gentlemen. Activism. Listen, anytime people out here around the world protesting or doing any kind of activism for rights, it's always an imitation of us. They're always using our slang. In fact, they try to holler at us so they can borrow some of our songs and our slang. They want to sing "We Shall Overcome." They're singing our songs when it's time for activism in their homelands. They're doing what we're doing. That's our culture,
Just facts, man.
you know? And like I said, all of the innovations, man, we got over 50,000 patents. That's when they were counting them up until I want to say the 1940s. We got way
What?
more than that. The modern traffic lights, modern elevator doors, modern refrigerated trucks, modern day microphones, computer innovations, computer chip innovations, um, calculations for the moon landing. Oh my goodness. So much stuff. Man, we are the culture. American culture is foundational Black American culture.
Facts.
Huh? Let's get H&M. Hop on in, H&M.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. I got a hot mic. Pause.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
Doing well. Just speaking to the subject matter of the importance of words. Wanted some ruminations on your thoughts about the American Freedmen Legal Fund disclosing the fact that ADOS and the organization was attempting to make inroads and meet with the OMB to potentially get the ADOS designation put on the Census Bureau, and their potential what does it happen now? They're finalizing changes currently, actually, at this moment, and the deadline is up until February 18th about racial ethnicities and such, and just wanted your thoughts on it.
Yeah. I think Brother Arthur's on top of that, and shout out to Brother Arthur. You know, Strappy and those guys, they're so damn slick. Um, yeah, we don't trust anything that they got going on. Strappy and those guys are slick as hell. Many people believe that they are Democrat shills. They've caused a lot of confusion. Um, they're just a lot of janky shit going on with them. There's a lot of janky shit going on with them. And again, you let them get in the mix, they're going to crash everything out. I'm telling you. If they get in the mix with this shit, they're going to crash everything out. They ain't rap tight. So I'm glad people are on their bumper watching their little nefarious moves, as they should. Because, yeah, they've proven that they can't be trusted worth a damn. They've already proven that they are on the take with the Democrats. These are Democrat shields low-key. And my thing is, I'm all about AIM. I'm nonpartisan. Look, whoever is going to do right by our lineage, that's who I'm rocking with. You do? We don't need people. Hop in, Santiago.
Hey,
All right,
Shabaka, let me ask you a
Santiago ain't saying-
question.
Oh, wait, there he is. Santiago, you
Why don't you like Black Americans?
ready? All right, waiting on Santiago. I was about to get him out. Looked like his mic was about to come on. So, Santiago, let me have to get you out because you ain't saying nothing. Let's get BA in the building. BAS in the building. All right, BAS ain't saying nothing. All right, if you guys are not ready, don't hop on. I see.
Sorry.
There you go.
Hello?
What's up, BA?
Oh, yes. I had a question. Okay. I wanted your opinion. Did our ancestors come from like the slave ships, or was we here before? And also, if we came from the slave ships, then where are the descendants of slaves as of right now?
Yeah.
Shout out to
it's
Mr.
both.
Know It
It's
All.
both.
Salute.
The narrative that they like to push is that all of us came from slave ships, and that's mathematically impossible based on the numbers, based on the population of people who were here. That's just impossible. Only about 5%, I think, of the people who were taken from Africa made it to North America. Most of them were down in South America, Central America, the Caribbean, places like that. but there were already a lot of black indigenous people here. We've been talking about this heavily for the last couple of days. I put up a clip of some scientists down in Brazil talking about Luzia woman, which is one of the oldest fossils found in the Americas, and they reconstructed it. It's a black woman. And these scientists were like, yeah, we did tests over and over again, and we kept getting the same results. It's a damn Negro. So they reluctantly had to admit it. They were like, yeah, she didn't have any mongoloid DNA or nothing. This is Negro. There was another man, Apua man, found around the same area as Luzia, another black dude.
Yo, they always on Beyonce's bumper. I'll say that. I think, yeah, Beyonce will be all right, but yo, she gets a lot of slack for being good at what she does. I like me Kelly. I like me some Kelly Rowlands, but yo, Beyonce was born to be a star. I have to say that she is born to be a star.
Constructed his
I'm
ass.
not
He's
paying no
a big black
Africans and
Negro with an
Caribbeans
afro.
no mind.
So there were
Facts.
black people already here.
Shout out
That's
to
very
Shah
well
Son.
documented. And they don't want us to really get into that indigenous lineage because now we can start getting on some land claims. See, by Africanizing us, that makes us foreigners on our own land. And that's the play. And a lot of us are rejecting that. That's why they keep trying to play the I'm white and I say so every time we pull up facts that, hey man, there were black people here for a long time, all over. No, y'all just want to be Indian. Y'all is African. We is Bantu. We is Igbo. No. Because there's more evidence of our indigenous ancestry than there is evidence of a slave ship voyage. Because, truth be told, hardly anybody can trace their lineage to an actual slave ship, if we're going to be very honest. Yes, it happened, but very few of us can trace our lineage directly to a slave ship. You understand what I'm saying? Very few of us, and that's a reason for that. Listen, even when
Shabaka, you didn't answer my question. I said, why do you hate black people? What's going on, Jeff? Salute.
20 Africans over to Jamestown, Virginia in 1619.
I hope you had a good day at work, my man.
When they did a census the next year, it was like 32 black people living there. Where'd the other ones come from? You see? There were more black people living there. So yeah, put everything in perspective. There were, somebody put up an article from 1975, and back in, some years ago, they would kind of be honest, but then they would have to reel the honesty back. There was an article talking about, they did an excavation in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and they found some Native American bones that trace back to the 12th century, the 12th or 13th century, centuries before Columbus. And they said the bones and the skull and everything it was damn Negro. It had Native American jewelry on, but it was a damn Negro skull. And then they just got real quiet about it. That's why they don't like doing excavations and then putting it out publicly. So if you look at certain articles in the 70s, they would kind of admit it. They don't really like admitting the stuff that they dig in the ground. Because if you start digging over here, that's why, again, I've said this before, you don't see too many, you don't hear them publicly talking about archaeological digs over here. You notice that? They don't talk about archaeological digs over here, where they done dug up bones from thousands of years ago. They're here because people lived here for thousands of years. Now, they'll talk about some stuff dug up in Africa. They'll talk about stuff dug up in Asia. But they don't like talking about that here.
Yep.
You know why? Because there's a bunch of Negroes in the damn ground over here. That's why. This land has a gang of Negroes buried in here. So they give you the impression that the Aboriginal people were those Mongolian-looking red natives. That's not the only ones. Those are the Plains Indians. Those were the ones that were like on the west and in the Plains area. No. There was a lot of Negroid Aboriginals out here. That's what it is. Let me get some more people in here. All right. Y'all raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're ready, guys. If you're ready to get on here, raise those hands. All right. Raise those hands. All right. Let me see. Because we do have a lot of people in here. Let's get Bradzilla in the building. Bradzilla. Bradzilla in the building.
What's up, Tariq? How you feel tonight, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you, Bradzilla?
Man, I'm blessed. Man, I called in like last week, man, about my grandmother just giving me some history on, how she contributed to that Apollo 11, that moon landing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to talk about like the FBA and how like masterful we were with like record keeping. For instance, like that cookbook. You know what I mean? Like my family, we got cookbooks that's like 50 and 60 years old. You know what I mean? From great aunts and great grandmothers, and you know what I mean? Because that's the significant thing about like soul food. It ain't just like because it tastes good, but that's how we keep our ancestors
He said Eddie
and our
Murphy,
families
bro.
alive through their food, their recipes. You know what I mean?
Yup.
And it's funny how like some of my foreign friends like it's funny on social media how when they come here, you never see their past life. You never see they past like childhood pictures. Like when they come here, it's like their life starts here, but you never see their past communities or their past villages. And I thought that was real interesting, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's all, man. I just wanted to add in on that, man, on how
This is like Eddie
record keeping,
Murphy's
man,
wrong.
is
Yeah, that's
real big in the FBA lineage, man.
Yes, it is, my brother.
You know what I mean? Yep.
But yeah, man, the way we the way we do food, man, that was very special. We have that Majara spirit in the way we prepared our food. That's why our food has a certain vibe and it has a different taste. I hate when people try to attribute our cooking skills to some other culture and their culture don't taste like our joints. No, nobody's stuff tastes like ours. Because see, our food, the way we prepared food, we were going through a different level of trauma here as enslaved foundational Black Americans. So we were making the best of something that was given to us by these demonic white supremacists. They were giving us their leftovers and scraps.
all
So
right. I'll
we
be
had
right
to
back.
be creative, we had to use resourcefulness, and we had to use love and the Majara spirit to turn them into flavorful, nourishing meals. So we had to think about these children that we had to take care of, the whole community of people being enslaved. Everybody was looking out for each other because we knew we had. So we were thinking about protecting and caring for our fellow enslaved foundational Black American. You understand? That's why our food has a different vibe because of the conditions that we were under. So it was an act of resistance to a certain degree. Yeah, you're going to give me the extra portions of this food, but we're going to get these herbs. We're going to get a couple of fish out this lake if we're by the coastal areas or out of the ocean, get a couple of crabs or crawfish out of here. We're going to season this thing up good and make gumbo. We're going to make a stew. We're going to make a barbecue. We're gonna really stretch this food out to make sure this community is good. And it was also, we used it as a way to bond and share and celebrate each other. You understand? Because we needed that. So our food became a symbol of love and comfort. You understand? That's why it's such a big part of our culture. Where Sunday dinners was a big thing. Like It's from the plantation days. That's when we can really lay the food out because we were off that day. So we can sit down with the family and really enjoy and bond and heal from all of that week-long trauma of working for damn free. So we really turned it up on Sunday. That's where the whole Sunday dinner thing came from. You dig? And it was a holy day, so we would put more love and spirituality into the cooking. We appreciated each other more. We loved on each other more. So our food would reflect that, because we would do our big cooking on Sundays. You dig? So it was a joyous occasion. We get a day off. This beast is somewhere with his family, so we can be with our family, making sure everybody's good. Sunday was a day where we would feed each other and just kind of check and make sure you were okay. We could.
So I'm gonna end it right here. That was actually a good. Sisters don't even cook anymore. We're not talking about before. We're talking about after. I'm gonna end right here. That was actually a good point. I think we need to go back to the traditional stuff where we show our culture and stuff again. Because I feel like this. Our culture is being stolen. We can see it's being stolen. I just got done cooking black eyed peas, smoked on it. Yeah, that sounds good right now. I'm gonna get some on Friday though. I'm gonna get some of that food on Friday. I'm gonna go down to Boston. But yeah, I think I'm gonna say this. Our culture is being stolen. I'm not even gonna lie. Every time we do something, they want to erase it and put something new or Africanize it. I think we need to be very, very careful with who we bring into our circles when it comes to our culture and lineage. And the reason why I said our lineage, because our lineage shows where we came from and who we are. That's why lineage and culture is so important. So important, because they can erase us off and we'll still be here. We should not let that happen. Every time, let me tell y'all something. The stuff that we were doing, we got to keep on doing. You know? What was it? Backlashes, not showing up to things, not doing things, calling people out. These are the things that we are supposed to be doing. And shout out to V for Vengeance for even bringing this up. Having solutions. We need to stay on code and actually do this. Then after that, we could get into the politics and stuff. We can get into like actually getting into these roles that we want people to play and being a part of certain things. We have to. Because we can't keep talking about this and the same thing and bringing stuff up over and over and over. We got to make solutions now. The solutions is gonna come in here, and I want to start thanking people. I want to thank hold on, let me. World Best Braider. I want to thank Shabaka. I want to thank Del Monte, SP, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. Del Monte, Shah Sun, Mr. Know It All. I said Del Monte. Jersey Drive, shout out to you. EL, shout out to you. My Boston native SE88, shout out to you. And V for Vengeance as always. And David Johnson. There is more because there was over 100 people who viewed this. I want to thank everybody for this, and thanks for Frank Knight for his sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, and I hope you participate more if you want to, or even come on and listen more. It's always a pleasure when more people come on. I want to thank everybody for showing up, donations, everything. Most people hit my Cash App, but you can hit the tip joint, and your name will pop up once you when you hit the. I'll show you. When you hit this one right here, the one that I just put in, the Streamlab tip joint. Oh, sorry, the super chat. That's what it is. Once you hit that super chat right there, you're good. You're in the game. So thank everybody for everything. I appreciate it. Definitely we're gonna have more shows, and again, shout out to all the people who help me do this show, from Bobby to Wiz Mason to even people who's in the live chat with their comments in their chat, and just conversating with people in the chat. It's always awesome, because I will conversate back. But thank you everybody. I appreciate it.